Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Unmuted. And I'm happy to announce that it is officially ALS Awareness Month here in Canada, and it is just so great to see that happening here again. And because this is a disease that needs a lot more attention, especially here in Canada, as there's very few or at least very little actual support and done to help fight ALS. And this is just such an important month. Now, for many, it's just 1 month, but for people like myself, this is something that happens every single day. It's a daily fight that goes on all the time, and that's something we need to continue to happen. And it happens at the grassroots. It happens with the common people here in Canada stepping up and asking for better. Now, this is a really great time to support awareness, advocacy, and change when it comes, especially to our healthcare system. I know I've complained about it a lot in the past. I will continue to do so until it gets fixed. Same with ALS. I won't stop until there's a cure. And that's why months like this are so important, is because we need that sense of support and awareness because there isn't enough today. And it really drives home the point of why the kind of months like this are so important. And why we need to continue to do this is because it doesn't affect a whole lot of people. um, and it's hard to support something that you don't understand, or at least you can't know someone who does understand. It's really hard. Now, don't get me wrong, this disease is growing, and I will say at a quite rapid rate. I meet more and more people who now are aware of ALS because now they have a friend whose father had ALS, or now they know someone who's ALS, and it's becoming more and more common, which should scare the living crap out of everybody. When a disease like this becomes more common, but even though it's becoming more common, there's not many more changes to what Health Canada has been doing, and more effectiveness and more drugs, nothing like that. And it's scary, and you should be scared because this is a disease that doesn't discriminate. Doesn't matter how healthy you are, doesn't matter your genes, how clean your ancestors have been, or whatever, anything like that. Doesn't matter if you're fit or not, you are at risk. Believe me, you are not safe. Just, you may think, I thought the same thing myself. This will never happen to me or my family, and yet it did. And since then, I've 3 years ago when this first happened, I then stopped using the never phrase because who knows what can happen to you. And it's why stuff like what I'm doing now is so important. Why building awareness is so important. Because the people who may roll their eyes at me today may be thinking I said something now 2 years down the road. And it's disappointing, at least if I've found, how little people say they care but don't do anything about it. And I think, again, we're coming to the problem of, is it easier to forget it because you're not living it, or you don't just see it enough and you kind of forget it, right? Oh, this happened this one time, it was sad, and I said I'd do what I can, and then when they came calling, actually asking for real help, I didn't do it because I'm not affected by it. I mean, it's easy with social media now that we can just say whatever we want and just say, yeah, I support this, but I'm not actually going to do anything about it. I'm just going to support it. And it's that's the saddest thing, right? We're living in this world where, now with the internet and YouTube and Facebook and all this stuff, we can just say what we want to say, but nothing really ever gets done. And that's the saddest part of all. But I digress, and this is meant to be a great time to share awareness and events happening. Now, of course, with it being ALS Awareness Month, ALS societies across Canada will most likely be doing their events. I'm not sure what all the other provinces are. I know what British Columbia is doing because, of course, that's where I'm helping out. A great chance for the BCAL Society is raising money across British Columbia. And it's going to be events all over. I think right now in this past weekend, they've done events in I think the Lower Mainland, down in Vancouver, and possibly the island, and all the way across up the province. They'll be doing events raising money for the BC ALS Society. I'll get to why it's so important you should donate to the society in a moment, but I would like to personally promote an event happening in Prince George. In Prince George on June 25th, that's a Sunday. There will be a walk at the Lately Tenay Park, Memorial Park, and there'll be food, there'll be good company, there'll be good speakers, and they'll just you'll get a walk out of it. So even if you indulge yourself on the barbecue, hey, you're walking it off on the walk. So what's the harm? Not to mention there will be great prizes coming out through silent auction, which I will be promoting on my channel and of course on various ALS groups that related to the Prince George. So if you want to know what you could be possibly could get out of this, well, you got to stay tuned to find out. Always a catch on these kind of things, isn't there? No, but seriously, make sure you follow me on Facebook here, to follow my page, or if you're on my friends list, you also have that as well. I'll be sharing it on my social media all month long until up to the walk. And if you believe me, with some of these prizes, it's worth showing up to bid on them. Believe me. Um, but of course, all this money will be going to the BC ALS Society. We have some great funds, of great sponsors sponsoring this event, and it is just so amazing to see. The BC ALS Society is a super important society here that helps equip those with ALS, as well as providing research to find a cure. But the biggest thing for me is what they provide to people with ALS, and that's wheelchairs, walkers, hospital beds, just equipment to make a life with ALS just a little bit easier. And I can say from my dad's own experience, ALS Society gave him a walker. It was a godsend. It was amazing. It was absolutely changed. That made life easier for him in his time with ALS, especially when he had issues walking. It just helped him out. That walker was absolutely amazing. And if you are suffering from ALS and you need equipment, contact the BC ALS Society. They will help you out. They will get you what you need, and to the best of their ability. But guess what? They need money to buy the equipment and get it out. And usually they'll take it back after it's done and prep for the next person who needs it. It is such an important organization that does so much for so many with ALS in British Columbia that we absolutely need to continue. That's what this money is going towards. It's going towards people to make their lives easier. It's a shorter term goal that we want to make life comfortable for those ALS. And I know some people may have reservations, like, why is this money going to research cures? Listen, even if we come to a cure, people are still going to need the equipment to live till we get that cure. This is a super important organization that does such good work in British Columbia, and they are just make the lives easier of those who need this equipment, and they do it very well. And we need to continue to support that. And frankly, I really wish that Health Canada and areas like Northern Health and more rural communities across Canada would also help sponsor these events. Doubt it will ever happen. Lord knows I've reached out to various health organizations. Again, apparently ALS isn't not the bother of them to actually show up and support this kind of stuff. But, is what it is. But it is so important. This event's going to be so important, getting the money where it needs to go, but also it raises awareness to the community, of the people within that community who need the support and help to continue to thrive. And I am just, it's just so awesome to see the support and the people donating. We had a few organizations at the walk. Well, of course, we will recognize. We just don't have I don't have the full list in front of me, so I can't fully recognize today, but in a future episode, I definitely will. But some people donated tents and chairs, sound equipment for the event, the food for the barbecue itself. It's so awesome to see people out there who actually care. And of course, people who are offering off these items for a silent auction. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's just absolutely wonderful to see there are people who do care about this. We just need, more people who care in the positions that can actually do something on provincial and federal levels to help end the disease, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing. And partly I'm going to share in this video an amazing 29 people, Team End ALS. I'll post their names again in a later video that I'm going to make later this month. 29 amazing MPs, just absolutely the best I've ever had the pleasure of working with, and with this, and they are just so amazing. It's so great to have them on Team End ALS, and just the work, even though we can't. Members of Parliament can't focus on ALS every day, but just to know these people are here, ready to support such a great cause, is just so awesome. We'll also be relaunching my petition as well. Now is the time. I'm going to start printing them off, and hopefully by the end of summer we will have enough. Starting on halfway through June, after my ALS video, which is going to be the theme is still in the fight this time. I'm going to make a proposal again, a new challenge to you to get enough petitions off to Ottawa so we can get at least 100 petitions in the hands of the House of Commons, and we will do that. And so we're going to get it done. We're going to make sure that we get, and I am challenging everyone here watching yet again to get 100 petitions. So get ready. I'll make sure to post a link of the petition later on. So keep an eye out for that, and you'll know what it is. It's going to be, I think, a surprise in a way to maybe get people motivated to do it. I know people asked for something a bit more motivational, let's say, last time, but we're doing it again. We're going to try and get it. And a huge thank to Arnold Viersen, Member of Parliament for Peace River Westlock, for helping us. His staff helped us get the format for this petition so we could present it. We're going to try it again with the same ask. Again, I'll get it ready, and I'll even post it on an episode to show you exactly what these petitions are asked for, and we need the support to make sure that we have what we need. Excellent. Well, as I said, everyone, it's ALS Awareness Month. Spread awareness. Spread everything you can. This is so important. It's a big month for those who need support with ALS. Make sure you fly purple. You get the pins. You get your pins, you get out, you go spread awareness, go to these ALS walks no matter where you are. You can find the information if you're in British Columbia where these walks are happening at the BC ALS Society website. They're sharing, it's called Walk for a Cure, and that's, okay, so where this money is going to this society to help money go to a cure, to help money get equipment. It's so important. It's such an important thing to support. If you can't make the walk, donate some money. It all goes to the same place. If you can't physically show support, donate some money. It's a great cause. It's a great group of people who work so hard to support people with ALS every day. And we really need to recognize that. And they really need money to help continue to support these people. And I cannot say it enough, and that's the whole point we do this. Awareness, advocacy, trying to push this forward, moving along as much as we can. It is inch by inch. But you know what? The hardest battles are usually, the slowest moving ones, right? We may only be taking it inch by inch, but we're still going to keep pushing forward no matter what until there's a cure, for ALS. And that's exactly what we're going to continue doing. So yeah, please share this video. Let people know, especially if you're in the Prince George area, so they know that this walk is happening. It's such a great cause. We need to do more to build awareness for ALS because there just is not enough already. And hopefully we'll be getting onto the major news sites. I have reached out to many people, so hopefully we can get on some more media so that this continues. But the best way we do that is sharing it, subscribing to my channel on YouTube. It's under my name, Brett Wilson. Just look out for the little purple logo on Unmuted, and you'll find a bunch of files with all my prior videos on there where we talk about ALS. We talk about stuff like human trafficking, mental health, the problem with healthcare in Canada. It's just great. And if you have topics you want talked about on this show, that's make sure to comment, make sure to send messages, make sure to contribute to the live stream, and and make sure you watch videos so you know what we're talking about. And We have so much opportunity to share so many things that don't get shared about. And that's exactly what we need to do. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing here. It builds awareness, we build more attraction, and we need to get it done. But the best way we can do that is when you like, you comment, you share, you subscribe, you follow, whatever platform you're watching us on. That's what it takes to get the message out. It takes moving this and taking it forward, because we can't go any forward if no one knows about it. And so awareness is first step to get it out there. And that's why I made this podcast, why I made this channel, is so I can build the awareness that is so much lacking in our world, at least here in Canada anyway. But to get it out there on probably the most interactive platform I could personally think of. But excellent. Perfect. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Make sure, grab a purple pin, grab your ALS pin. Make sure, check out your local walks, or check out your local maybe events, organizations, provincial organizations, even local organizations, and try and donate to help support those who are supporting those with ALS. And of course, sharing content like this, sharing it to your friends, letting people know that's going on. That's the best way to help fight the curve against ALS. Is more people know about it, the more we can demand action, and the more demand of action means it'll actually happen. And that's the whole point of what we're doing. Thanks everyone, and let's continue up the fight, because even though everyone may not still be in it, we're still in it, and that's all that matters. Thanks everyone. Have a great day.